Hello, it is time for our news again. We had a wonderful summer. I hope you had good and enjoyable times too with your family, eventually with your projects and also with your work. We did really a lot, and I think the best is just I will show you around. So first I will make a small introduction, keeping it short, and then I show you how this actually looks like. We did invest time and development into the project management section. So we have now improved calendar, we have a fantastic new Kanban component, and we have a Gantt chart. This all is to enable you to make project management easier in your apps and to help others to use these fantastic ways to organize and structure classic projects. Especially in Kanban component, we did something magically. We opened for each card the whole space of Lowcoder, so you can put in each card all our components, and that means you can really kick the way how you do organizing stuff, from a simple way of a Trello board till a very classic project management Kanban board style. So the full option is possible for you now, and we did quite a lot in this way, so it took us really time to achieve this. We also improved the table. We have more table column types, but especially we improved how user can input data in the table. Remember in the first versions that we have, you need to double click each individual cell to open the edit mode, and then you can just point something in. Now we have the possibility that you just either tap through the cells just by tapping. That's extremely comfortable and fast, and edit is automatically active, or you just have a single click mode too. However, we also did add a summary line, so up to 3 rows will be added to the table at the bottom, where you can make summary calculations of your table data. Very handy if you need to present, for example, product data, price data, tax related data like an invoice and so on. That's super cool. And we have a special column, special row format. This is this input row, because till now you could edit what was in the table, but you could not simply add more records, just because when you edit in the table, it's an update operation, and if you add some new records, it's an insert operation. It's different. We added a new type of this row, 2 insert rows is it now, and then you can have multiple rows where customers just enter data one after another. This is new data, and you have a special way how to build an individual query next to the standard update query. Very nice and really good, usable for that. We also invested time to make Lowcoder faster, so we optimizing and trying to find where we have our biggest enemy, the re-render. You sometimes see the screen flickering a bit, so it's kind of reloading everything. So we're trying to fight this and make it really faster. And overall, we did also styling improvements with the latest version, which is now the 2.4.12. We have the possibility to style the canvas itself. So not only you can have finally control over the padding of the canvas itself till the first object start, but you also can set exactly the height that you want in your canvas. You can have a different cell height, a different cell width. You can control the density of this network, this grid. So that's very interesting. And we have introduced background for canvas. That means you can have gradient colors or background images, and it's quite cool. Not all of you will need it. When you have internal apps, you just actually don't know what to do with that. But if you build customer-facing apps, very important feature to make it more beautiful. We also invested, but maybe have already seen this, in heavy possibility for theming. That means in the old way of themes, you had background color, borders, but now you can, for each component in advance, say how it should style. The reason was, in the old way, you took a table, you put it to the canvas, you style it, you're totally happy. You take the next table, you begin all over, because the styles that you had set for all columns, for rows, for borders, for inside, it was not copyable. You cannot reuse it. So it was a lot of work that you still had to do. Now, in the theme, You design your table, and whenever you put it to the canvas, it will be already pre-designed. It's very handy and a very good function for you. Pretty now, in November, we will also open first time something that you really hope to like. That is our subscription. Kind of, subscription, no, that is easier. The Lowcoder will stay free as it is. It is a community edition, an open source project, and we will not close something. Our developers still like to eat sometimes, so we need to have a business activities. We have thought around what is the best way, and we will come with the enterprise edition that is still in development, but we will have subscription, additionally subscriptions. You install the Lowcoder, you use it on the cloud, it's for free as you know, but some more service that you eventually would like, we will offer you as a subscription. And we will start with something that we believe is really essential, support. That means that we give you the ability to open directly in Lowcoder questions, support tickets with us. We have an SLA that gives you a clear time frame when we will react and work on the issues that you may have. Yes, we do have on the Discord a very good support, I think best of class right now, but it's not guaranteed when we have time, when we can answer. And this new support ticket system inside of Lowcoder makes this process more secure and more easy for you. Later, we will activate other subscriptions like a media package, when you can have in Lowcoder access to millions of interesting icons, animations, images, and so on. That will help you to style your applications in a more fancy way. And then step by step we will roll out more different ways when we see additional value, where the underlying platform will stay as it is, as you know it, and just for free. One special subscription we think to make, maybe you will like it, I'm not sure. We have seen that many times that the wish to give value back to us was in the room, because yeah, Lowcoder is for free and you use it and you like it and it creates a lot of value on your side. And we think about just to make one subscription that is named Lowcoder Fans. Just give, I don't know, $10, $20 per month, and you actually will get only a small game. We will build Tetris inside of the Lowcoder as a bag, but it's more like a fan subscription that you can give a little bit of the love back to us. If you would ever like, we will see. We will just activate and see how this is going on. I would say from the news, what we have done mainly is the styling. We are thinking to be over 80%, so it will not be crazy much changes that we'll introduce for styling. It looks already pretty good and it works well. The next big step is now subscription. That is something as an added value for you. And after that, we're heading towards the version 2.5. You see that we're increasing the version numbers. We're already at 2.4.12, and we will keep going with that as a minor version, because 2.5 will introduce something that we find really interesting. In the moment, you have an app, which is actually an app screen. You can pack a lot on the single screen, but an app typically consists of multiple screens, multiple user interaction points, and so on. And we're also dreaming to enable the possibility to make in Lowcoder slides, PowerPoint slides, similar. Because we have already layer mode, we have data connection, we have free design capabilities, so we're actually close to that. And we will introduce something new that's called bundles. It's a bit abstract name, but in fact, just imagine you have on the side, like in PowerPoint, the apps of your presentation, the slides of your presentation, and then you have the possibility to run, like in presentation, these individual slides, and each slide is an app. And that's not a folder, but very similar to a folder, just a bundle that keeps these apps together for a meaningful sense. We will also use that to enable the keeping together of multiple application screens that build an app for you to, for example, later export it or handle it together, name it, rename it in the project management, and so on. So that is something that will come up, a very big change, and then we are thinking platform is quite stable and comprehensive, so there will not be extremely much things. We will just go then further in optimization to make it even better. We will introduce obviously AI. We was waiting and looking to the market what will be the best, because just to put another OpenAI subscription in it and let you text with the app. This is not all what we actually need. We would like to use it where it really can solve problems, where it really brings value to you. So I was waiting for that. But it seems now it crystallizes to a better way how we would use it, good ideas. So we will step into it. And very important, we also waited because we don't like that the AI service would be only active on the remote service like the OpenAI. We would not use their APIs. We cannot guarantee which data is going on and what happened and so on. So we will only offer AI as long as it could be part of the installation itself. Remember, today you have the API service, front end, node service as a Docker container. And in the moment when we can add the AI service also as Docker container and it runs inside and it's good enough, then we will introduce it. And that guarantees you that AI is used, but it's private. It's still inside of your network. It will not leave it. The model is also inside of this Docker container, and that is just more practical for all questions of the audit, of the security. So that is when we come up with AI, but this is not likely this year. Most likely over the year change, maybe next year in the spring, something like that. We don't hurry with that. I believe it's additional value, but it's not the core value that we have. So we are ongoing to merge a little bit the lines between content management, application creator, meeting possibilities. So these all in one package we have to have. We also have very soon new website. That is quite essential because our website is really old. It was fast made when we took over the project. So that's also a really essential step. And actually after that, we go in public. It was a long time, very calm to present ourselves, to get a reach. We did not do that. We really waited because too much growth will overstress us. We want to deliver a good support, a good service. We can do this only with the manpower that we have, so we need to grow carefully. We see still a constant classic linear growth, not bad, but obviously not what we look for. We want to be the best platform on the market. So we have to go public. This we will do also after the website is done, after subscription is functioning for everyone. You say, yes, it's good, it's valuable. And then step by step, we will even hire someone who is for community management, for communication responsible. And then we will just step by step open ourselves to the market and come into communication and present to us as the new, let's say, cool kid on the block. It's named like this. That is for the moment from the voice all. I will switch now and show you around some small things that we have in the app so you can see this. And after that, I wish you good use, that you really can catch all the value that we have in this software, that your projects go well, that we do not have so much incidents. We really pray and we give our best that it's a stable platform for you. And anytime if something, you come to me, to our chat, to our team, and we are here for you. Let's look for the details, and I will start with this All Components app. This is an app that we will use to automate end-to-end testing before we actually release the versions. So we will avoid to have some small breaks in our app functionality, because we may oversee, even if we have 6 developers, something application is fairly complex. So we would like to avoid, and so we have one app where we have an automated user testing all details. But I can show you something that surely is really interesting. Here, for example, we see our table. And as I told you before, we introduced not only the fast editing for this table, so the users can now tap through this table and super fast editing everything just without double click, and it's super easy. And you see here's a new line. That means that this data was already existing by the data query and people can enter new records. So that's super fast to help them to enter new articles, new content for whatever. And the last row is one of our summary rows when you can calculate from the data of the table, or you can just present anything as a data. Very handy for displaying of invoices, taxes, sales tables, and so on. So this is the new functionality in the table. We also added quite a handful of new column types, so you can display and use more different styles in the table. It's quite mighty. What I wanted to show you also is the new components in the sections of the project management. We improved calendar quite a bit. We also fixed some silly bugs in it. Now you have possibility to style the groups or the individual calendar entries quite after your taste. You can even animate them to make users aware there is something they should have now attention on it. And when you have license key, you can have also the resource view, so you can make room bookings and other stuff with this calendar. It's quite mighty and quite powerful. We also should already know our steps component, where you can, for example, build a form to step through or just display and process and its current state. But mainly I'm up to show you our new component for making Gantt diagrams, interactive. So you can now build your project plan based on this Gantt chart, and you can just organize which task follow after which and so on. So that's a very nice component that we added. And lately we invested a lot of time in the Kanban component. That is something that is really remarkable. This Kanban component helps you to organize your projects or whatever cards, for example, you may have. You could be even something like a Trello. Why is interesting and why we invested time into it? Because in this Kanban component, it is possible not only to have the very classic view of cards, including the small project management that comes with it, like classic Kanban card management, but you have also here the possibility to change it and to make a custom view. And the custom view is the possibility to put any Lowcoder component inside. That looks a bit ugly here, but in fact you can make your own project management tool out of this Kanban or your own media planning tool, whatever you want, because you can put for a card the content like you want it. You can bind the data that you want. It's very powerful, and that enables all sort of individualization that you may need for the basic Kanban concept in your project work. And as a very last, I wanted to show you our new website. It will be soon online, and I have to make just way more beautiful apps that it looks a bit better. At the moment you will see there's some static content right now in. Our website is all about actually you and how the Lowcoder helps you. And we did not want to display our tool like everyone's kind of with the screen in the middle. What that helps mainly is the story, what value it brings you, how this tool helps you to be faster in app development. This is what we wanted to express and just give you a glimpse what actually people do and what you can do. This we wanted to highlight. So you see, you can build dashboards, business apps, data stories, you can meeting apps, quite something interesting. Presentation slides will come soon that I already mentioned. Small apps to embed. We have, for example, WordPress installation where we make Lowcoder apps as a widget or an e-commerce store when you just display some content, some apps inside of this very important feature that only is possible with Lowcoder actually. And then we have normal software that you can build, classic business software. Some companies do build ERPs based on Lowcoder. Post I have seen e-commerce, I have seen a lot. And quite interesting also to modernize old IT systems. It's easy with Lowcoder to connect to a classic old database and give it a new UI for the users. So that is a very interesting use case. And yeah, we have a lot of components. It seems in the moment we are leading by the sheer number, which is for us not a measurement, we want quality. But still we have just a lot of components. You can bind to a lot of data sources. We will increase here also a lot to help to connect to pretty much everyone and everything you need. Mainly interesting, this free extensible plugin platform. So you really can extend by yourself the Lowcoder. That's really a cool principle. And then there are some things you can only do with Lowcoder. We are clearly open source. Community edition is cost-free and will stay cost-free. And we support the self-hosting, and it's also clear we will come up with the enterprise very soon. The enterprise version has some features that really is needed for enterprise companies, not for small companies or agencies. And then there we do have a different pricing. That was one of the points when I decided to build Lowcoder out of the open blocks that time, that we would have a chance to make a different approach in pricing, because everyone is really not happy with the pricing per user per month or even per hour in some platforms. That's not acceptable because you cannot plan. We needed a different approach, and here I believe we find it, and we come up with this soon. We're thinking we have a good support. You can measure this on our Discord, for example, and we also go on. And here, something magical will happen here on the website. Directly, users will be able to try Lowcoder directly on the website. Kind of no login, nothing needed, just start and make a small app. You will lose it when you're not logged in, but it's still cool to directly try the tool. And you see, we are still in preparation. So that's the new website. I think it's a good step forward. Just express more professionalism from our side, more openness, and we clearly go in one direction of the branding. I'm super happy about this. You also see that I can now record, so I force myself to make more tutorials, to make more videos, so you can learn how to do things faster in Lowcoder and actually access all the value that it has for you. In this sense, I wish a wonderful autumn. I'm not sure when I have time for the next news, so I will not wait so long time like it was this time, so please excuse me. I wish you great success. Enjoy also the leaves falling down in all colors. It depends where you are in the world with your kids and your family. We see us soon.